Thank you for staying with us here on Politics Today on Channels Television, where we've been talking about how we can achieve a free, fair election. Of course, the one that will be devoid of any form of violence. And that's the reason why we are talking on the program today. The Director of Media of the APC Presidential Campaign Organization, Malam Garba Shehu, is in our Abuja studio, while the Special Assistant to the President on Public Affairs, Dr. Doyin Okupe, is with me here in the studio. Before we went on that break, Malam Shehu was talking about some issues relating to hate speeches and how the APC has been more on the receiving side. Well, Dr. Okupe, I'm very sure that I had something to say to that before we went on break.
Thank you
wanted to respond to that.
Yes, I sympathize with my friend Garba Shehu. He's a nice guy. You know, and unfortunately, I mean, what he said is to some extent true. The APC really is a victim. I admit that much. The APC is a victim, but the APC is not a victim of hate speech. The APC is a victim of their own choice. You know, you had a primary. There was Atiku Abubakar, you know, a seasoned politician, respected administrator, you know, and very well-loved person. You didn't pick him. You had a young, vibrant Kwankwaso of Northern Extinction, you know, and you didn't pick him. You went and picked a man that has a historical baggage. What do you expect people to do? If somebody had killed people, you know, retrospectively, you know, when he was in government.
And those are strong allegations there. If you say someone has killed somebody.
They are not allegations.
By your own standard, when you say, did you
live in Nigeria?
Of course I do.
Some people committed an offense, all right? While they were committing an offense, there was no Nigerian law that specified that the punishment for that offense is death sentence. When they were arrested and kept in custody, the head of state and his team went and made a law that says that if you commit that offense, you'll be killed, and backdated it and killed them.
If anybody said he made a law,
did he not make a law?
Did he not act on the law?
He signed the law. He signed a decree that says that if you commit that offense, you know, you'll be killed, and then, you know, which is okay. But then you now put the date backwards to include those who committed it when they did not know that the penalty was death. So, you know, the point is this. I said it before, you know, that the day I saw them choose General Muhammad Buhari, I said they made a fatal error. So, you know, it's not a matter of hate speech. You know, it's a matter of, you know, a victim of choice. And
the party will say that is a fear of your party.
You don't want us to talk. You don't want us to talk about history of a candidate. So why bring him? All right, you know, you have somebody, you know, you have people who don't have all that baggages. You have a man who does not have a school certificate. You have a man who lied to INEC that he had a school certificate. You have a man who went and forged a school certificate. You have a man who had a background history. He stopped the Open University. He stopped the rail project in Lagos. All right, he made a decree that made people, fundamentally affected rights of people to speak and to do things. So why do you pick such a man? And, you know, once you pick a man like that, you say we should keep our mouth shut. We should not say anything about him. We should not criticize him. If a man, there's no human being in Nigeria. Excuse me. There's no human being in Nigeria, living or dead, that has done as much damage and harm to the Nigerian people and the Nigerian country, Nigerian Buhari.
So just a moment, just so that we let's put a perspective to what we are saying.
Yeah, you know,
because Nigerians, just a moment, you will allow me to ask you a question so that we'll put perspective to it, so that Nigerians can understand. The issue on ground is the issue of if anybody say change beside you, stone the person.
No, that's a new one. That's a new one. And
are you defending that?
What General Buhari and his cohorts are doing is comedy. I mean, you know, if that is what you want to take to ICPC, who should go to ICPC?
ICC.
At ICC, who should go to ICC? You know, is it a lady that says that if people can come here and talk to you about something you don't like, chase them away, or the man who actually
stone them? That was the word. Stone them.
Excuse me. If you don't like, you know, if people come here to bother you about change and all that nonsense, just chase them out of your sight. it is in the manner of speech in politics. But more grievous is the fact that if you want to go to ICC, all right, then, we as a country should write a letter jointly and get, international lawyers to say that somebody who killed people extrajudiciously should be tried.
All right,
that is the real issue. This is a comedy show.
Let's allow Madam Garba show. But one very important issue here, aside these facts that we're talking about, the issue of non-violence election and hate speeches and all of that, is the fact, the debate on whether or not the military should be deployed for this election. What are your views about it? It's just 2 weeks to this election. Do you think that military should be deployed for this election?
Before that, Shehu, Dr. Okupe, who I equally respect, a doctor who found himself in journalism and distinguished himself. It's impressive. He has raised issues that cannot be swept under the carpet. He attacked the choice of General Buhari by the APC. General Buhari emerged through a transparent, open primary that everybody had seen on television. Now, to attack that choice is to declare oneself as a non-believer in democratic processes. That's one. Two, on the other hand, Dr. Okupe should make the confession that his party did not even allow the process of a primary to take place in the PDP. In fact, the few 1-2 governors, Babangida Aliyu, Governor Sule Lamido, whoever raised his hand to say, I will challenge Mr. Jonathan, they sent EFCC out of that person. They've been shitting in their pants since that time. So they had no primary whatsoever. So therefore, the party that had no faith in the process of electing leaders, PDP cannot choose for the APC who their candidate will be. We have not chosen the transparent way. They don't. Why did it in a way that sent attack dogs whoever offered. They created how many forms? 1 form and collected 10 million naira from three candidates. One aspirant had to go to court for the second form to be asked from the printer. So please let us not
All right, we seems to be lost audio with Madam Garba Shehu, but unfortunately we will get back to you. But let me allow you to see these just in 30 seconds. I want to give me your view about military deployment for this election.
We've done this thing. We've gone over this over and over again. Even those who are opposing military deployment, some of them were beneficiaries. Like Adams Oshimole was a beneficiary of this deployment. And when the elections was over in Edo State, he hailed the involvement of the military. So look, we are still a very young democracy. We are just still managing our democracy. It is not every country where there's voting that you bring soldiers out. But we will get there, but we haven't gotten there yet. I mean, what will I do if I'm lining up, to vote for an election? And some people just come down from a bus and start to shoot. What will I do? But if they know that soldiers are present, we are practitioners, we have seen this. When soldiers are out, hoodlums are in. That's the truth.
All right. Thank you so much, Dr. Okupe. I really appreciate your time on the program. But unfortunately, we need to go to a live event now that is waiting for us to hook up with. I'm not sure that Madam Garba Shehu can see here us, and if we can see him with technical issue there from our Abuja studio. But I want to thank you, Madam Garba Shehu, for being a part of this program today. But we will take you live to some part of Lagos where GEJ meeting with some section of the Nigerian entertainment sector. Stay with Channels Television.